So we will be
Yeah.
discussing our pre-planning stages for the presentation that we will be giving on week 7.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And we had thrown some ideas around, and basically the idea that we kind of found most interesting was the book, like make your own book,
Mm-hmm.
summative assessment at the end of the term.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you guys think of that idea?
Well, I think all of us have the experience of doing that. Like, I had the experience of writing a book, like a story in Spanish, when I was taking that.
Mm-hmm.
And Nick was saying that
I did it in elementary school.
Uh-huh.
It was a combination between art class and English class. Like,
Uh-huh.
we wrote the book in art class and then we illustrated it ourselves.
Oh,
I mean, we wrote it in
I like
English,
that.
illustrated it in art, and then at the school they would like bind it and
Mhm.
put the cover on.
It's basically what we did
What
also
you did.
in my middle school
Mm-hmm.
was making. Oh, sorry, I keep doing that.
Mhm.
Making the book, because it taps into what's multimodal learning.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That it's not just a cognitive task, but it's a tactile task. You're actually touching it with your
Right.
hands.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very creative endeavor, right? You're asked to be as creative as possible. There are no limitations on how colorful or how whatever. It's up to you.
Mm-hmm.
But it will definitely
But-
need a rubric, right?
Yes. There are
Absolutely.
rubrics because I remember when I did it. We had to cover certain topics in that book. So the
Mhm.
example that I used earlier was, they go, at the end of the 10 weeks, we will be talking about astronomy.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of that 10 weeks, you will be incorporating all of the units covered in each week. So
Right.
each week is a planet, let's say.
Mm-hmm.
We talk about Mercury for a week. Next, we talk about Venus, whatever. And you have to incorporate that information in your book
Mm-hmm.
of what's talked about in class. So nothing in that book is a surprise.
Right. And in
We
that
would have
way,
talked about it in the class.
there's also
Okay.
the potential to include formative assessment along the way in terms of making the book, for each unit or each topic.
So it's
as
not
well.
done. So it's not done at the end,
Mhm.
but you're contributing to this book.
So it's
Right.
basically like a portfolio, right?
Yeah, in
In
a
a
way,
sense.
in a
Yeah, I
sense, in a sense.
But
yeah.
it's like a
but
binded
more so, it's
portfolio.
because whatever you put in that book is not a draft.
Right.
It's
Okay,
final.
so like your portfolio can be your draft for making that book, right? The notes that you've taken during the class, what you have
that would be
learned,
interesting.
then use the things that you have learned
hmm
to create that book on
Mhm,
astronomy.
Maybe the
Maybe,
like we give the students worksheets to fill out,
Mm-hmm.
and then that can be like we can help them build the drafts,
Right.
Yeah.
and then let them use the drafts towards putting together the final draft, which is that make your own book.
Right.
Yeah. So like we can have a theme which is like astronomy and then be specific, like solar system.
Mhm.
So we have 9 weeks. Each week we talk about one planet,
Mhm.
and then like at the end they would come up with this solar system book,
Mhm. Mhm.
probably.
Mhm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I like it.
Or-
Mhm.
I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there will be like it's gonna be what is it? Continuous, progressive, but at the end there will be like a final
Mhm.
Right.
edition as well. So, but how you would like incorporate peer feedback to that?
Oh yes. So at the back of the book, you
Mhm.
reserve 4 to 5 pages. You would write readers' comments
Mm-hmm.
at the
Mhm.
top, and on the second to the last day of class, everyone trades books, and you're given maybe 10 minutes to read that book thoroughly, and then write your comments in the back
Oh,
section.
Mhm.
I have something to
Which
say.
I think is good, but
Like, how do you
Control.
decide? Yeah,
That's what I
because
was
like
gonna say.
sometimes like people are
Maybe it
friends.
should be
Maybe
structured.
pros,
It needs to be
cons,
structured.
or like maybe using the rise method.
right,
Mhm.
something like that, some sort of structured
Yeah.
framework
Yeah,
within
yeah.
which to
Incorporate
make your
rise.
comments.
Incorporate
Let's
rise
do
in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then like maybe we can have
Incorporate
like a page after that for like self-evaluation as well. Like after doing the project, reading your friends' comments,
Mhm.
what do you think about like
Mhm.
your weaknesses. I mean, like they do reflect on that as well, and then it's gonna be like a sum of all that that the teacher like gives feedback, probably. Does that make sense?
I like it.
Or...
I agree.
like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Okay, so we can think about that, and then
I'll bring in an example of a book that I've done. I have many. I have like myths. I have myths and folktales. I have astronomy. I have ecosystems.
I think astronomy is going to be like
astronomy would be interesting.
Yeah, like solar system that you said.
So let's define the setting. It's adult academic.
You can do it like any. I mean, you can
Maybe
be flexible.
We can want to do high school.
Or if you want to do adults, I'm fine. Like
Adults.
Kaplan.
We could do. Well, astronomy would be hard because
why?
Because basically what we talked about is if we're having a book based on one topic, we're covering it for an entire 10 weeks.
Right.
It couldn't be the entire class. Like you would probably like have maybe 30 minutes a day on this topic because you can't talk about astronomy for 10 weeks.
No.
And
not
unless
class.
not unless it's like a more academic setting. Like in middle school, for example, like we had science. Like we had science every hour, every day.
Right.
So you want to make it like middle school setting?
Maybe middle school EFL.
Or high school.
And just to kind of mix things up.
So is that to say then that the book idea isn't feasible for adults, or?
No, it is. But what kind of setting? I think like it would be more academic.
It is for like maybe like.
I think for sorry to cut you off, but maybe for adults, what would work in terms of content?
Who are in like an
maybe like creative
ESP
writing,
class, like
maybe creative writing,
or like English for specific purpose class.
Yeah.
That we had, like, you remember last semester we were talking about that. Like maybe those are the people who want to go to like the science major. Because like you
there's
see
that idea, or the
how
creative
Dr. Kohlberg is teaching like business English for students who are going to like grad school here at USC. So probably it's gonna be like, I think it's gonna be really specific, like
adult ESP. What's their goal? Maybe this is a summer institute. This is like a summer institute. These are already accepted students.
Okay. Like conditionally
to UCLA. Yeah, they've been accepted conditionally, contingent that they successfully complete this English course. Yeah.
Right.
That's perfect.
There's also I don't know. There was also the potential that different students could diversify and like group together based on topics. So maybe not even everyone's writing. Everyone writes an astronomy book, but the science kids write the astronomy book. And you
have the English majors.
So like anyways, it's writing. Like ESP class, or it can be ESL class.
Well,
ESP in the sense that it's preparing them to successfully.
But students from different majors
when they transition into the mainstream undergrad classes, that they can handle the academic language required.
Right.
I would say let's be specific and then put apart, say like how we can expand this idea in like other classes, because if we want to like go different directions, it's going to be hard to come up with a rubric that can like cover everything. So as specific as we can be, and then suggest
that's true, actually.
How
it's
we
hard
can
to
expand
measure
this idea if like you are an ESL class. I mean, that would make more sense.
So narrowing the scope of the class
would
then narrow the scope of the objectives that we're trying to meet. So this is an adult ESP summer institute for science majors.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah.
That makes sense. And then like at the end we can say, okay.
Do those exist? Is that would you find that somewhere?
Yeah, actually
I
had some friends. I had some friends who were conditionally admitted to UCLA, and they had to do a summer school.
But was it all based on one topic, or was it just for students who were accepted? Like would
in
they do that
only
for like an entire class for just science students, and then another class for just math?
An entire class for like business students.
Well, business is one thing, but I don't know. I mean,
we could do more research.
It could be, but I just honestly don't know.
We can just imagine. You know what I'm saying?
Invent.
Because like if we go like we just group the students, then there will be like, how does your rubric? Well, oops.
Well, that's our discussion for today. Have a good day. Bye.